Hey, what's going on? It's your boy KQ, KC, Boxing Channel, coming to you with another video. Yes, sir, it's the Battle of the UK. Mr. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, is trying to put together a fight finally between Brook and AMIR Khan. Now we all know that Brook has moved up to 154. So he's basically a middleweight now. And he just couldn't get down to that weight of 147 anymore. The time he fought Earl Spence, he boiled down, basically hiring a nutritionist and this and that, and still he fought a good fight, no doubt about it, until Earl Spence came on and pretty much rocked him out of there and broke his eye socket. Now, keep in mind that he had the other eye socket broke by Triple G. That was basically a move to fight him, basically for the money and for the legacy, because he was the underdog versus Triple G. Now, his career has been pretty much on an even playing field, I would say, until he met Earl Spence. He did win the IBF from Sean Porter, and that was in 2014. And ever since then, he's been staying full ahead. But I cannot say that for AMIR Khan. Now, we all know that AMIR Khan was under the tutelage of Top Rank, basically. Well, I don't know was really Top Rank, but he was in the same stable as Manny Pacquiao, and also Freddie Roach was his trainer. Then he changed trainers because Freddie Roach was too focused on Manny Pacquiao. So what did he do? Hey, look, I need somebody that's going to be in my corner. I need somebody that's going to be there, and so he went to Virgil Hunter, and I think personally that was a good move, because the inactivity that he was going through was amazing. I mean, here we have a guy that he does throw his hands, and he does throw them pretty fast. Not as much as accuracy, but he does throw them. And he does have fast hands. But his whole game needed to be fine-tuned. And Virgil Hunter started doing that. One fight, besides wasting energy, Virgil Hunter taught him how to do combinations, get in, get out, take a walk in a circle, then, get back in your stance. Don't hop around. Don't sit there and try to, waste unnecessary energy. And which was cool. I seen that fight. I forget which fight that was, but I seen that fight, and you know what? The commentators, they picked up on it. Showtime commentators, they picked up on it. And I picked up on it. I'm like, wait a minute. He never done that before. So it had to be Virgil Hunter to say, look here. You fast. Yes, you got fast hands. But you're running out of gas. That's how he got knocked out by Danny Garcia. When you throw a lot of punches, that gas you out. Fatigue starts setting in. And that what happened with AMIR Khan when he fought Danny Garcia. Yes, Danny Garcia popped him with that left, and night. That's right. But you have to understand, he was throwing punches and bunches, and he didn't have his hands up, really. He had his hands down, almost by his waist. So what that tell you? No wasted punches. He cannot waste punches. Now, have you ever fought at 154? No. Can he fight at 154? Probably yes. Now, he did fight Lamont Peterson. He lost that fight. He lost the fight to Canelo. And of course Danny Garcia. Those are really the three main fights he have had since in a few years, because he has been inactive for years. Kell Brook been chasing AMIR Khan, but AMIR Khan been chasing Floyd Mayweather. See, everyone wanted to see Floyd Mayweather fight AMIR Khan. But Floyd Mayweather didn't want that fight. He didn't think he was a big enough draw to fight. Coming off of losses, of course we all know Floyd is into the money. So he'll fight somebody that probably just came off a win, or someone that's, blowing up, by the boxing media. They blowing them up. So, Floyd, hey, let's make this fight happen. And, of course, Floyd go in there and dominate. So, he wasn't thinking about AMIR Khan, but AMIR Khan really was chasing him. He wanted to be the next Floyd Mayweather. He wanted to be the tops. He wanted to make the big bucks. But AMIR Khan, for years, I have said this, he doesn't have a chin. No, he doesn't. Now, Kell Brook is a great puncher. He is. But when he was fighting Earl Spence, I don't know, but it seemed like his punches wasn't really hurting Earl, and we all seen how Earl was looking after the fight. He wasn't marked up. Maybe he had a little busted lip, and that was it. Kell Brook is all show and no action. And what I mean by that, before the UK fans start sending me all these crazy ass comments, what I mean by that is that, your body can look terrific, but if you can't do shit with it, then then what's the purpose? I knew a guy in high school, muscle down, so we all know short people, get muscles faster, right? Because they short, of course, but he couldn't fight worth shit. He just couldn't. He had all the muscles and shit and just couldn't utilize them. And I think that had been proven in boxing. You know, when Floyd Mayweather fought Andre Berto. Floyd didn't have all those muscles and this and that. Sure, when they take those pictures for advertisement, they grease them down and, put a little airbrush on it and all that shit, and make it look like it. But, Floyd didn't have muscles like Berto. But Berto can't do shit with them muscles. We know that. Berto is a 147 pounder who has had a okay career. He never did live up to his potential. He didn't get off out of the starting gate like he should have. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't successful in some fights, which he was. But I don't know, was it management or the type of fighters he fought? Styles make fights. So, I don't know. But what I do know is AMIR Khan and Cal Brook might have the fight pretty soon. We all know Eddie Hearn. We know. He gonna do his, usual, line and whatever. And, it's pretty much the battle of the UK. Basically. I can see the title. I can see that, He's looking for a big fight to put on the zone. So, now that's one fight that maybe you might have a couple people to watch. But that's all he has. Plus Povetkin and Joshua. That's the only fight I can see. Those two fights, Demetrius Andre, he's a bum. I'm not gonna call him a bum, but the inactivity made him, and the pulling out of fights had made him come from an A level fighter down to an A minus, almost to a B fighter. And it's no one's fault but his, because he's the one that pulled out the fight. He's the one is outpricing himself. So there you go. But Eddie Hearn, I think, might have a pretty good fight with AMIR Khan and Cal Brook. They've been rivals, for years. And of course, when Earl Spence went over to fight Cal Brook, they trained at AMIR Khan's gym in Bolton. That's where AMIR Khan is from, in England, there, London. And it was well received, trust me. So, it's a little rivalry, you will say, going on, pretty much like a New York rivalry. Like Zab and Paulie, and Peter Quillen and Danny Jacobs, Danny Jacobs was jealous that Peter Quillen didn't have a belt, but he would get all the prestige and glory. And it helped Danny Jacobs now, but still, and Eddie Hearn still not doing shit for him. But, now AMIR Khan has a chance to prove what he have learned. I believe he's under the tutelage of Goosen now. He's a good trainer also. He had Molina and a couple other good prospects. He had Diego Corrales. A pretty much jazzy older trainer. And I did do a video on him training for a fight with, I believe, was it Collazo or someone. But the three main fights, like I said, was Canelo, Garcia, and Peterson. All losses, knockouts. You know, it's just the inactivity of AMIR Khan. You know, you can say this is last chance to be a great prize fighter. So, but with that, you know, that's basically all I can say about that until it gets more and more closer to the fight. But first, we all know how negotiations go with Eddie Hearn. You know, it's always some bullshit in the game, but this should be pretty easy, you know, because Eddie Hearn represents Cal Brook, and now he represents AMIR Khan. So, but Al Haymon still get a piece of that ass. That's right. He's still advising AMIR Khan. Like I tell everybody, you know, you can leave Al Haymon. There's no problem with that. But he still get a piece of that ass if he's your advisor also. So, but that's all I have for you right now. Okay, this is KC Boxing Channel. And if you like where this new channel is heading, man, please subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want to be notified every time I upload a video, just hit the notification bell and you will get notified. And please hit that like button on the way out. That's important. So, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.